Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Summer House Martha's Vineyard Season 2 Episode 5. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, we pick up where we left off. So Bria just got done being her bratty self, and Jasmine is now in tears. Poor Jasmine. It's just too much. Jasmine seems like such a sweet soul, and she really wants everybody to be happy, and she tries to accommodate others around her, and it gives a little bit people pleaser. And I think she does that because she looks out for other people before herself. And I really didn't see it last season, but I see it so much clearer now that Silas isn't there, because I think back to how she was trying to be the perfect homemaker, the perfect friend, wanting everybody to get someone and be as happy as she is. And now here she is dealing with Bria and her foolishness this season. Bria, you're pissing me off. Okay, you know that Jasmine has been going through with these other housemates. And yes, I said through. Why are you acting this way in this sweater and this damn hat? Well, you should have gotten worse dressed wearing that sweater and that hat out in public like that. So Jasmine is saying, I'm really just going through so many emotions in her confessional because Silas could be deployed for longer than they both originally thought. So Bria's like, I've just been so disrespected in this house. So Preston is asking her, okay, if everybody in the house said no to Phil coming, and if everybody in the house said yes to Phil coming, correction, and I said no, how would it be? She said, no, I wouldn't let Phil in there because you told me how you felt personally. Now, Preston ain't buying it. Okay, he ain't buying nothing she's selling. So now they're getting into it. He's like, everybody knows you're a brat. Everybody feels the same way. You're always getting loud. And she's like, ain't you supposed to be scared of me? And child, they're going back and forth and back. And she is definitely a brat. So they're arguing. And Nick is telling Bria, girl, be quiet. We out here looking crazy. She gonna say, I don't care. He said, but you should. I know that's right, honey. Heavy on the you should. She is so embarrassing. Girl, it's already a stigma attached to us whenever we step on the scene. And y'all down there in the vineyard acting up. Please calm down. So in the car, Bria is acting like only her feelings matter. They're leaving the restaurant after being embarrassed by Bria in the car. Of course, she is stating her case and why she's mad at Jasmine. So Alex tells her, listen, Jasmine is allowed to be hurt as well. This is Bria and Milo's world, honey. Y'all are just living in it. So she gets mad and storms off saying that if I leave, it's all your fault. See ya. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Deuces. Baby, go. If you want to go, then go. Please do not let us stop you. So they get home and Jasmine is in the room with Shanice and she's telling her, listen, I just want to take accountability for contributing to the trauma that, you had last summer. So Shanice is now crying because all of this that she's going through, honey, the job, the lawsuits, the stalking, the this, the that, and this and in the highway. Okay, something else is going down. Nick is telling Bria that Milo has been crying for her. She's like, whatever you want to call me, a hoe, a prostitute, whatever you want to call me is fine. So baby, she going off. He looking at her like, why are you blacking out on me? Like, what did I do to you? Like, what are you even talking about? So now everybody breaking down, child. Jasmine had transferred her tears to Shanice. Shanice is now crying and Bria thinks that Nick called her a pro and he really didn't. So she comes back downstairs. Y'all need to clean this nasty kitchen up, baby. Y'all are disgusting. The fact that this kitchen is so nasty, child, I ain't never seen nothing like that. So he tells her that she blacked out on him. She gonna say, well, you called me a pro. He said, what? I said, Milo has been crying for you. And I'm just sitting here confused on what's going on in this house. Like, what is happening? Girl, whatever you've been drinking, you need to never drink that again. And I do mean never. So then Summer comes in and now she's in the mix telling Bria, you're the most fun, calm person that I've ever met. You're like awesome. Summer, I am convinced that this is your season of lying. Calm and fun. Bria is anything but calm. Child, please. Moving forward. Girl, I think you lie for a living. You got a little lying problem. So Nick is there and he's like, I'm going to get up and leave because now Summer is in the mix. It's just too much going on. So Nick is like, listen, I'm a dip. Here go Bria. No, sit down. Sit your $5 down before I make change. Baby, Bria don't want him to go. She said, you're always leaving. You're never in the mix. He said, well, y'all live upstairs. She gonna tell him, well, come upstairs. Come take a nap with me. In the confessional, he said she went from cussing me out to wanting me to take a nap with her. She said, yeah, you can be my sleep support. Ma'am, don't you have an emotional support dog? Why don't you get in there and cuddle with him? Girl, this man cannot be your cuddle buddy because Simon is MIA. It don't work like that. And he got a whole girl. Y'all already talking about he being disrespectful. And now you want him to lay down in the bed with you and be the little spoon? Absolutely not. So Alex and Nick were like, listen, I ain't never heard of no sleep support. That's some you done made up. Bria, you are so annoying, honey. I just simply cannot. I could not do a vacation with any of these people. Well, maybe Noelle and Jasmine, if Jasmine is by herself and Simon is at home with the baby. But other than that, I could not do a vacation with any of you. Summer, something is wrong with you. Shanice, you never put clothes on, honey. And I ain't got time to be, worried about if you going to come home that night, child. You be worried my nerves. Jordan, you're just not my kind of girl. Okay, you're just not. I don't like your nasty disposition. It's getting on my nerves. And I feel like we won't travel well together. So that's a no. And Bria, you're Bria. So there's that. Moving forward. In the next scene, it's the next morning. Everybody has went to sleep, child. They done woke up. Now it's time to get the party started. Shanice and Bria are in the kitchen being weird. And Alex walks in. So Alex is like, good morning. And they said, good morning. So Shanice apologizes for saying that she hates him. And then we see a flashback of her saying, my mom hates you. Girl, your mama definitely does not hate Alex. Didn't she say she wanted to see him naked in the jacuzzi or in the pool? I don't know what kind of hate that is. So then they transition to the living room. Jasmine tells Bria that Mariah will not stay there. She's going to stay somewhere else, but she will be at the festivities. And Bria's like, okay, that's cool. Girl, is it really cool? Because every time Jasmine makes a concession for you and she tries to consider your feelings, 2 episodes later, you come back and say that you're not okay with Mariah even breathing the same air as you. So are you fine or are you not fine? Please let us know. So Jasmine is saying that she realizes that Bria was a friend. She showed up for Silas's farewell ceremony. So she's just trying to be a good friend back to her. Me personally, I wouldn't pay Bria no mind, but that's just me. Whatever she feeling, she can feel it out of my face. But that's just me. So everybody's getting ready to go on this little excursion. They're going to play basketball. They're playing basketball. And they playing basketball and whatnot. Baby, they start playing this basketball. When I tell you Nick was hitting these free throws like Shaquille O'Neal when he played for Orlando, all bricks. When I baby, when I tell you Nick didn't put up not a bucket, he gonna say, basketball is not my ministry. Nick, I could look at you and tell you basketball was not your ministry, honey. And that's okay. That is okay. Everybody is, I want to be like Mike. Everybody's not Michael Jordan. It is okay. Bria and Preston, they're over to the side. They're having a talk. He's telling Bria, I'm open to speaking his field. I'm down to hear what he has to say. He said, I know that me and you are good, right? She said, no, I love you. I love you. And he said, okay, I love you too, but sometimes you're a brat. Now I'm glad he let her know. Bria, you got to grow up a little bit, honey. You really do. Out on the court, Noelle is not feeling good at all. So she runs to the restroom. She can't breathe good. She's about to throw up. And everybody's like, what's going on with Noelle? She's just trying to catch her breath. So they get back to the house. Now, Shanice needs ice because she done twisted her ankle down at the basketball court. Poor Noelle doesn't feel good. She laying down. That basketball tore them up. Do y'all hear me? Tore them all up. So you know how they transition. These people right here are giving a little bit Jersey Shore, honey. They never sit down. They are go, go, go. So they're going to the club, right? Everybody's getting dressed except Shanice and Noelle because the basketball court took them down. They're going to the club, and here comes Bria with Milo. They politely told her no. You cannot bring your canine in. You cannot. You cannot bring this dog in here, girl. Well, real clubs let me bring Milo in. You cannot bring this dog in this club. Ma'am, nobody wants to dance all over Milo. Leave Milo at the house. And he probably want to get a little alone time anyway, so you could tear that room up. Baby, Milo been tearing Bria's room down. Do you hear me? So she's like, it's cool. Y'all just go inside. I'm going to go sit in the car. So she goes to sit in the car and she's calling Simon. She's like, yeah, Simon doesn't have many friends. And when I'm not there to cook and clean and do everything for him, he just gets so lonely. How much y'all want to bet Simon couldn't wait for Summer House to gear back up? Charlie probably couldn't wait to get rid of you. So they're having a blast, baby. And while they in there, shots, honey, beating the beat up, Milo is outside peeing next to a skunk. Only Bria and Milo would run into a skunk. I said, you cannot write this, baby. Not a random skunk and a dog. A skunk and a dog meet at the club. It's like you just cannot make these things up. So after they get done with the club, they all get back home. Go to sleep. It's the next day. So Amir is making breakfast. Y'all have a mountain of dishes in the sink. How can you cook with a nasty kitchen? I hate a nasty cook. All y'all in there in the kitchen looks like that. Is there not a dishwasher? Just put something in the dishwasher. When you eat with it or you cook with it, put it in the dishwasher. Honey, it's just too nasty up in here to be cooking food. So they're getting ready for this rodeo and Amir is hosting. Preston wanted to talk to Phil because he just wants to clear the air. Preston, side note, why am I seeing your bare bottom on my screen? Why? At first, I thought my eyes were deceiving me. I said, why am I seeing his butt on this screen? What is happening? Anyway, last season, it was the sexuals between Jasmine and Silas. And now we got to see all y'all's bare butt. I don't want to see it. So he goes outside. They have a conversation. Phil tells him on FaceTime, listen, I was drunk. I apologize. I've been going to therapy. And certain things that y'all said really hurt my feelings. But I just want to apologize to you and the other guys. Now, for me, it was good to see that they were having a heart-to-heart. Now, I know Preston really needed that to move forward. So I'm happy that Phil was on his grown man and wasn't acting silly. Because I just knew he was going to ruin the whole thing. But it went well, so we good. Moving forward. So they saddle up and head on down to the stable so they can go horseback riding. Amir is telling them, in Texas, the rodeo is like our circus. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Please don't speak for Texas, honey. Please. Okay, please. Everybody's saddling up to ride these horses. Of course, Jasmine sat out because y'all know she's pregnant. Yes, honey, we don't need you being bucked off this horse. That's the last thing we need. So please sit to the side. So after they get done with the horseback riding, they go for a field day. Even though Amir is saying it's a rodeo. Baby, this ain't no rodeo. This is a field day. Sack races and bobbing for apples. They don't do that at no damn rodeo. What kind of rodeo is that? While they're doing that, Shanice is over on the phone with a recruiter trying to get a job. Girl, I can relate. I was on vacation in Miami one time and I was looking for a job, baby. I was on the phone with their recruiter. Like, they say, what? So you really don't have anything? Well, why are you calling me? Okay. Like, why are you calling me to give me bad news while I'm in Miami? Please don't do that. So they're doing these sack races and bobbing for the apples and doing all this stuff over at this field day. So now that that's over, they're on their way back. In the car, Jasmine sends a text letting them know that there's going to be a special guest at dinner. Here go Bria. Talking about, if it's Mariah, then Jasmine is an op. Girl, relax. Mariah isn't going into the house. My goodness. Like, just relax. They get back to the house and they're trying to wind down before they have Apollo night. So everyone is trying to figure out who the guest is going to be. I think it's her sister. I think it's her brother. Does she have a mother? Like, they're really trying to figure it out. It might be Silas. Everybody's trying to figure out who the guest is going to be. So Amir, in this little field day that he had, it put him right on to sleep. But then he got up shortly after that and he FaceTimed his girlfriend. Baby, she was dried in a Popeye's biscuit. Do y'all hear me? It was like she did not even want to be on the phone with him. He said, I really have to just pull things out of her. She's not going to just tell me. It's giving toxic non-communication. He said the 2.5 weeks are really getting to us. Us being apart like that, 2.5 weeks, is just too much. If y'all can't be apart 2.5 weeks, then something is wrong. Their relationship just seems so forced and high maintenance to me. Why are y'all mad every time y'all speak? It's giving codependent, toxic relationship. Like, I don't understand what is happening. Out by the pool, the girls are talking, right? So Shanice asks Noelle about her and Summer having a talk. So Bria's like, yeah, I just want to know why, if you had lunch with Noelle, why didn't you just tell her that, I've been intimate with somebody in the house? Now, this is the one time that I agree with Bria this entire season. Okay, because she has been getting on my nerves, but I agree with her. Now, Summer was getting all defensive. She said, well, I didn't know that she liked him. So now that I know that she likes him, I didn't know. And I'm just thinking, why are you speaking like Noelle is not right here? And I'm confused because didn't Noelle say that she told you that she was interested in Alex and you still did not divulge the information? I feel like that is something that she needed to know. So then Summer goes, okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to set you up. I shouldn't have told you that he's been inside me and I made him come. How many times? F me. So she gets up and storms off. When I tell y'all I would cuss Summer smooth out because clearly the sex meant more to you than you are letting on. Okay. And you equated it to love. So if it ain't love, if it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Make you feel so sad inside. Honey, if it isn't love, if you ain't secretly in love with this man, then why are you always upset? I don't understand it. And then I feel like you're trying to say these things to Noelle to keep her at bay. You know exactly what you're doing. Like, why do you have to be so graphic? Girl, get a grip. So Noelle follows Summer inside. Amir being all nosy. Amir, find you something to do. Call that girlfriend back and see what she got going on. Noelle and Summer, they go over to the side and they talk. Noelle is telling Summer that she's sorry if she felt like she was being attacked. Noelle is so sweet. Why are you apologizing to Summer? And why is everyone so high strung? Summer is not a girl's girl. She's not here for you, Noelle. She's still mad about Alex and she's taking it out on everyone in her path. So Summer starts deflecting and blaming it on Bria. You know, Bria was getting on my nerves. I didn't want to talk about it. Girl, Bria was not getting out of pocket with you. Now, this one time I have to come to the defense of Bria. She was not doing anything to you. She was actually trying to understand where you were coming from. You just mad because you being called out. I see more and more each episode while you and Jordan are friends. Y'all are always the victim. Alex got y'all all crying while he's in the corner meditating and humming as John Legend's cousin. He don't give a damn. Y'all fussing and he over there. Sweet da-doo-dee, come on be my baby tonight. Y'all ain't got time. So they get to the table, right? Because now it's time for dinner. Jasmine has set up this nice dinner. She stands up and she's making this toast, right? So she's speaking her speech and she tells them that the guest has already been there. When she said that, I knew then she was talking about the baby. This is when I knew she was about to reveal that she was pregnant. When she said the guest has already been there, Amir looking all up underneath the table, looking at the front door. She makes this speech and tells them that they're like family and that she's pregnant. So she wants them to welcome baby Cooper. Now everybody's, clapping. They seem like, I was kind of surveying the table, trying to make sure nobody getting slick. Everybody's just clapping, but it seemed like the men were more excited than the women, if you ask me. Everyone was saying how they suspected something and they knew that it was probably a baby announcement. Of course, Amir, he's like, oh, it went over my head. Everything goes over your head, Amir. It's nothing new. I'm starting to think you're acting. You got to be. I know you ain't that dense. Poor Jasmine had to suck her stomach in this whole time. And she was telling them how, it got uncomfortable for her. And now she can finally let loose. I know that's right. So she's asking if anyone picked up on it. Now they're all saying yes. They're like, have you seen those boobs? Those jugs were sitting up. They all talking about her boobs and whatnot. Here go Amir. Was I the only one that didn't pick up on it? Of course you were, Amir. Of course you were. So Summer said, listen, when you have the baby, can you go out there where Silas is? Ma'am, he's overseas. He's in a war zone probably. Where you with he? What? Not can you fly to him. If she could fly to him, she would have gone with him. Girl, goodbye and good night. So once they found out that Jasmine was having a baby, you know what? Y'all don't really deserve Noelle. Now that I think about it. The way Noelle immediately went to pray over Jasmine's unborn baby, that was a beautiful scene. You know what? I think that scene should be memorialized in the Watch What Happens Live Clubhouse. Because the way that they came together and all grabbed hands, even old Jordan, who can't be trusted, that was just a beautiful scene. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that on reality TV. It was very refreshing to see. Noelle is such a sweet person. The fact that she just immediately springs into action when anybody's feeling bad, when she thinks she's hurt someone's feelings, when she thinks she's done something wrong. And then for her to pray over Jasmine. And I don't think that Noelle knows Jasmine that well, But I know they had to make Jasmine feel good because, of course, she been going through. Jordan being the insufferable, miserable one that she is, she took the opposite approach, okay? She took the opportunity to take a dig in this confessional, talking about, I'm so sad that Silas isn't here I think this is his first pregnancy experience. It might be. I don't know. Is it his first pregnancy experience? Jordan, worry about that wigging and stop digging. Please stop taking digs at everybody. Just worry about them wigs, baby. That was so unnecessary. Just be happy for her. All you had to say was, I am so happy for Jasmine, but I'm sad that Silas is not going to get to experience it with her. Why did you have to do all that? And Jasmine just ain't really did nothing to you. When I go back and think about season 1, she wanted you to get a man. Okay, and you probably need to get laid, baby. You're too uptight. You always have something to say negative. I don't get it. That woman didn't do nothing to you like that. Between you, Summer, and Bria, oh my goodness, honey, I couldn't be around y'all. So now it's time for the talentless show. Yes, I said talentless, y'all, because this was a fool. Y'all don't need to do now another event in this here living room. Y'all hear me? Every time y'all get in this living room, it's something foolish going on. Y'all stay out that damn living room. So Preston is the judge because he's fun and shady and he gonna keep it real. The way they did any old thing at this show, y'all just coming up with anything to do, honey. You would think we were still in quarantine. Y'all gonna have to find something else to do. Y'all could have gone on a trip outside the trip. Like, y'all could have did something. Nick is dressed like Jordan and Jordan is dressed like Nick. It's giving Freaky Friday. And Nick, why does Jordan's pants fit you so perfectly? It's a fool. Then John Legend's cousin, twice removed, aka Alex, he did a little ditty. And it looked like he was singing the summer. I'm like, all right now. When you see her sitting at the foot of your bed when you wake up, I don't want to hear nothing about it. Because why are you singing to her? Baby, Summer gonna be in his bed when he wake up. Oh, child, these people crazy. Jasmine came out and she gave us her Dr. Seussical the musical rhymes. Girl, what are you talking about? Bria and Milo were giving cheerleader. Child, they were doing some type of bring it routine. I don't know what was happening. Then Amir gave us a little spoken word. Everyone give Amir a few finger snaps. All right, Amir, go on about your business. The commentary from Preston, though, baby, that's what got me. When I tell y'all I hollered, he was like, oh, that's fitting. Oh, that's what you got. That's your talent? Okay, great. In the end, Amir Angelou won. All right. So Amir knows why the caged bird sings because he don't know nothing else. All of y'all need to go back to the drawing board and don't do that no more. And that was the end of the episode. Child, y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode of Summer House Martha's Vineyard. I'm just happy to see my black people on the screen. So if y'all got to get in there and do whatever it is y'all be doing in that living room, go on, get in there and do whatever y'all doing in that living room. I just hope they're paying y'all right. And I'm so happy for y'all because you will finally be getting a reunion. I cannot wait to see the looks, wait to see the way they're going to lay it out for them, what the set is going to look like. I'm very excited to see that. Hopefully we get to talk about some things from season 1 as well. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.